In this video, we're going to be looking at relational operators and seeing how to use them when programming for AQA's GCSE in computer science. Relational operators allow for the assignment of value and for comparisons to be made. They are used in conditional tests, such as if statements and loops. They are sometimes called comparison operators. You'll have probably used these in your maths lessons, or maybe while you've been learning to program. We have equals, equal to, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and not equal to. Let's take a look at some examples. When using a single equals, this is called assignment. We are setting or changing the value of the variable. In this example here, you can see the variable x has been assigned the value 5. When the program is running, the variable values are stored in RAM. You can see here how x has been made equal to 5. This theoretically would look like this inside the RAM. There would be memory locations, and maybe inside of memory location 1, the variable value of 5 for x is stored. So let's run a Python program and see what it looks like. So here I've got x equals 5, and when I print that out, it would print out x to the screen. Equivalence. This is basically checking if one value is equal to another. So here I've got x equals 5. When using a double equals, this is checking if one value is equal to another. So in this case, we're checking if x is equal to 5. So if I was to change x to a number, such as 5, we're basically checking is the value 5 equal to the value 5. Now, the outcome of this would be true because 5 is equal to 5. Let's take a look at what that would look like in Python. So on line 1, I am assigning the variable x the value 5. That's what we did on the previous slide, assignment. On line 2, I am now doing an equivalence check. I am checking if x, which was assigned the value 5, is equal to 5. And obviously, the output as shown here would be true because 5 is equal to 5. Let's take a look at an example using a selection statement. So on line 1, it asks me to enter a number. So I've entered 5. So now, x equals 5 is effectively 5 equals 5. So on line 3, it checks if 5 is equal to 5. Now that's true. So it would go inside the if statement and it would print the values are equal. If we was to restart the program on line 1 and we entered 4, what do you think would happen? So it would in fact print out the else. Instead, it would go down and print out the values are not equal. It's important that you understand the difference. So here, I've got a side-by-side comparison. So here look, with equals, using the single equals, I'm taking the value 5 and I'm making the variable score equal to 5. So score is now effectively 5. Whereas using double equals, this is to check if something is equal to. So here, I want to check if the score is equal to 5. So down here is score equal 5. Now we know that score has currently got inside of it 4. So this would read 4 equals 5. Well, that's not true. So the output for this would be false. So the way I remember it is a single equals is to set a value and a double equals is to check if values are the same. Let's take a look at less than. So here you can see on line 1 it asks me to enter a number and I've entered 4. On line 3 it checks if 4 is less than 5. And in this case it is. So it would go to line 4 and it would print out that x is less than 5. Less than or equal to checks if a value is less than or equal to another. So here on line 1 I enter a value. I've entered 5. If 5 is less than, which it's not, or equal to 5, which it is, okay, so therefore this statement is true, it would go down inside the if statement and it would print out x is less than or equal to 5. Greater than checks if one value is greater than another. So on line 1 here, I've entered 6. On line 3, we check if 6 is greater than 5, which it is. So in this case, it would go inside the if statement and it would print out x is greater than 5. Greater than or equal to checks if a value is greater than or equal to another value. So here, on line 1, I've entered 5. Okay. On line 3, we check if 5 is greater than or equal to 5. Well, 5 is not greater than 5, but it's equal to 5. So this condition is true. So therefore, it would go inside the if statement and print out x is greater than or equal to 5. Let's take a look at not equal to. It basically checks if one value is not equal to another. So on line 1 here, I am assigning the variable x the value of 7. Then, on line 2, we are printing out and checking if x, which is 7, is not equal to 5. Well, 7 is not equal to 5, so therefore it's printed out true. It is important that you are aware that in the exam, the symbols used for less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to, or not equal will be different. I have highlighted these in red to show you what they will look like. All of the other operators are the same. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. Please remember to check out some of our others.